How's it going, everybody? Corey Anderson here. For today's topic, I want to talk a little bit about mindset, what it is, and why it's so important and why people talk about it so much. So we all know that we become what we think about most of the time. Okay, the thoughts you harbor, yeah, you put into expression, it becomes a part of your character. Okay, and character equals destiny. Okay, but when it comes to our mindset, okay, what exactly is that? How a person acts towards things, how a person thinks towards things, how a person feels towards things. This really what constitutes somebody's mindset. And it's very interesting because mindset is basically the same thing as a person's attitude. An attitude, somebody's attitude, the way they think about it, the way they think about a certain thing, the way they feel about a certain thing, and the way they act upon that thing is really what constitutes somebody's attitude. Because you don't vibe with somebody who has a bad attitude. You don't want to be around anybody who has a bad attitude, and that's one of the key things when it comes to success in any endeavor is having that good mental attitude, that mindset, that hey, if you're gonna go out and sell, or if you're in an environment that involves sales, don't think about selling the thing. Learn about the product. You have to become a product of the product. You have to believe in whatever it is that you're selling. You have to believe in whatever it is that you're doing. If you're out trying to sell a vitamin drink, and I'm using this as an example because that was actually the first thing I tried to sell. You're out trying to sell this vitamin drink and to get customers and things and whatnot. Yeah, you have to provide that service for that customer, but you have to know your own product. You have to know what it is that you're selling. You have to be able to answer the questions that they ask you. You have to be able to do it in a smooth, calm fashion. And while at the same time building this rapport with this person, connecting with them on a emotional level. That's the key right there. You need to be able to connect with that person on an emotional level. Find some common ground between you two, build that rapport, because what's happening is that now you're building a connection and a relationship with that person. Okay, and this person is going to build some trust within you, and they will want to do business with you. They want your services because they like the way you treat them. They like the way you deal with them. They like the way you help them. Okay, your attitude towards them. Okay, that mindset that you need to have when it comes to whatever endeavor that you're coming or that you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so a few things you could do to help develop your mindset. Okay, one of the first things I want to talk about is idealization. Okay, this is where the use of our imagination comes into play, and I want to talk about the imagination as well. Okay, this faculty of our mind that we have, this power that we have as human beings. A dog doesn't have the same imagination that we do, which is why we're on a higher food chain than they are, because we have the ability to image something, to create something within our mind, to see something that's there. Well, it's not actually there yet. You know what I'm saying? So the imagination, okay, you have to have an idea, okay, what it is that you want to do. Okay, to say, for example, me being a personal trainer, I want to be better and more valuable as a trainer. Okay, in order for me to do that, not only would I need to work towards that, educating myself and learning the right things, but I also want to conjugate and develop a really great mental attitude. Okay, and actually see myself as that, because remember what happens when you visualize it and see yourself doing it. Okay, your mind forces are moving in that direction. Okay, so this gives you like a what is this for? I'm looking for it. That direction, that road. There we go. You have that road, and you know where exactly you're walking down. And when you're visualizing it and doing all those things and seeing it within your mind, you're I want to use that word rehearsing it within yourself, because that is exactly what you're doing. But you're building your mental home with those thoughts, with those ideas, with this image of what you see yourself as. And I also want to, before I move any further, I want to talk about this book that I've been listening to. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. And sorry, I have 10% battery. But Psycho-Cybernetics, and he talks about self-image. Okay, the importance of seeing yourself successful. Okay, because if you can't see yourself successful in here, you're never going to be successful out here. Okay, remember that law of correspondence is as within, so without. You know, it's whatever is happening within you. You know, your attitude is going to determine what happens outside of you. Okay, so we always want to make sure that we're building our mental habits, you know, our mental home towards that direction of whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, because it's always continuously on our mind. It's on our thoughts. It's just becomes our way of thinking. You know, remember going back to the beginning of this video, we become what we think about. You know, and that's why, you know, you link with successful people, and that's all they talk about is focus on those things that you want, because when you're focusing on it, you're directing your thoughts towards that direction. Remember, your thoughts are what sets your mind forces in motion, so your mind forces start moving in that direction. You know, and then you just go ahead and take action on it. You may fail at it, you may succeed at it, you know, but in either the case, whether you're a amateur at what you're doing or whether you're a master at it, okay, never fail to see yourself as successful, and always keep working towards that direction. And that's about it. That's what I have for you guys right now. And remember, talk to the universe every day. You know, talk to God every day. This infinite consciousness, this energy in which all of us came from, you know, our source. There is nothing that you can't figure out. There's nothing that's not there for you to help you get to where you want to go. Because remember, you are a creator, and you were created in the image of God. You know, the consciousness of the universe, the thing which created everything in the universe. And this intelligence has given you a higher intelligence than anything else on this planet. You know, there's literally nothing you can't do whenever you put this thing in motion. Okay, so with all that being said, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this right here. I have my chicken cooking right now. It's on low, so we wouldn't burn it or anything. So with all that being said, yeah, I'll see you on the other side of the galaxy. And remember our daily affirmation that we are the lights of the world, and you know, together we can make a difference. That being said, I'll see you when I see you, Creator.